My kingdom is not of this world. Lay aside your wealth and your weapons. Open your eyes and spirits to read the scriptures and prophets and to receive my truth, and you will have the kingdom of God within you. No, the scriptures mention a king liberator from satanic slavery, from sin, from error, from the flesh, from gentilism, from idolatry. Oh, what did Satan do to you, O Hebrews, wise people, to make you fall into error concerning the prophetic truths? What is he doing to you, O Hebrews, my brothers, to make you so blind? What is he doing to you, my disciples, that you as well no longer understand? The greatest misfortune of a people and of a believer is to fall into false interpretation of signs. And such misfortune is taking place now. Personal interests, prejudices, craziness, false love of the fatherland, everything helps to create the abyss of error in which a people will perish, failing to recognize its king. You are failing to recognize yourself. You are failing to recognize yourselves and me. I am not a human king. And you, 3/4 of you who are gathered here, want to harm me, not to help me. And you are aware of that. You are acting out of hatred, not out of love. But I forgive you. I say to honest-hearted people, come to your senses. Do not be the unconscious servants of evil. Let me go. There's nothing further to be said. They all become silent, greatly surprised. Eliezer says, I am not hostile to you. I thought I was doing the right thing, and I'm not the only one. Some good friends think as I do. I know, but tell me, and be sincere. What does Gamaliel say? The rabbi? He says, yes, he says, the Most High will give the sign if he is his Christ. He is right. And what does Joseph the elder say? That you are the Son of God and will reign as God. Joseph is a just man. And Lazarus of Bethany? He suffers. He does not say much, but he says that you will reign only when our spirits receive you. Lazarus is wise. When your spirits receive me. For the time being, you, as well as those whom I considered to be well-disposed spirits, are not accepting the king and the kingdom, and that is what grieves me. In brief, are you going to refuse? Shout many. You have said it. You've made us compromise ourselves. You are harming us. You, shout others, Herodians, scribes, Pharisees, Sadducees, priests. Jesus leaves the table and goes towards the group, darting glances at them. What flashing eyes! They unintentionally become silent and press against the wall. Jesus goes really face to face with them, and in a low voice, but with incisiveness, cutting like a slash, he says, "It is written. A curse on him who strikes down his neighbour in secret and accepts a bribe to take an innocent life. I say to you, I forgive you, but your sin is known to the Son of Man. If I did not forgive you, Many people in Israel were incinerated by Jehovah for much less. But he's so terrible in saying so that no one dare move. And Jesus moves aside the double heavy curtain and goes out into the hall without anyone daring to make a gesture. Only when the curtain stops waving, that is, after a few minutes, they rouse. "We must reach him. We must hold him," say the most enraged ones. "We must get him to forgive us," say with a sigh the better ones, that is Manaen, Timaeus, some proselytes, the man from Bosra, in brief the honest-hearted ones. They rush out of the room. They look for him. They ask the servants, "The master, where is he?" The master? No one has seen him. Not even those who were at the 2 doors in the hall. He is nowhere. With torches and lamps they search for him in the shadows of the garden, in the room where he had rested. He's not there. Neither can they find the mantle he had left on the bed, or the bag which had been left in the hall. "He's escaped from us. He is Satan." No, he is God. He does what he likes. He'll betray us. No, he will know us for what we are. The clamour of different opinions and reciprocal insults. The good ones shout, "You've led us astray, traitors. We should have imagined all this." The wicked ones, that is the majority, reply threateningly, and having lost the scapegoat, and thus being unable to assail it, the 2 groups fight against each other. And where is Jesus? I see him, of his own accord, when he's very far away, near the bridge, across the inlet of the Jordan. He is walking fast, as if he were carried by the wind. His hair is waving round his pale face, and his mantle is flapping like a sail as he walks with vigorous strides. Then, when he is sure that he's at a good distance, he plunges into the bog grass near the shore and takes the eastern bank. And as soon as he finds the first rocks of the high cliff, he begins to climb up, heedless of the danger in climbing the cliffy coast in faint light. He climbs up as far as a rock jutting out over the lake and watched over by an age-old oak tree. He sits down there. He rests an elbow on one of his knees and his chin in the palm of his hand, and staring with his eyes at the darkening vast expanse, just visible mainly because of his white garments and the pallor of his face, he keeps still. I shall stop the video there because the chapter goes on. This is when St. John reveals himself as having followed Jesus to this meeting and now following him after he's left the meeting. But that would be to make this video far too long. So we can see though that Christ is offered the crown. Christ is offered the role that in the end Bar Kokhba took and other people had taken as well. The crown that leads to the ruin of Israel in Bar Kokhba's case, and which was a snare too for Jesus, but which he, being God and so plainly his wisdom, his insight into people is shown here. He puts all these people in his place, enlightens his disciples, those who aren't clever enough. They have the good heart. Remember that phrase in scripture that Jesus says, "Be as wise as serpents and gentle as doves." They are gentle as doves, his true followers, but they're clearly not as wise as serpents, but they're surrounded by serpents. So he's given them an insight into the serpents that are around them. And that will no doubt be a very useful lesson in future. But for now, we've seen Jesus firmly stating what sort of king he is and what sort of king he's not. And the sheer power of our God in the face of his enemies in all sorts of ways. In this episode, which is too long to be in a gospel, but in the absence of which we have lost an awful lot. So now let's hope, by virtue of Maria Valtorta responding to Jesus' request to be a sacrifice for him, a conduit for him to give us more gospel information, we are now enriched, and we can celebrate the feast of Christ the King and understand what it means to say Christ is King more than we ever have before.